Last week, I told you guys that I walked away from a huge opportunity for income as a content creator because it didn't align with my 2 to 5 year plans. And this week, reality is kicked in. The making the decision is obviously the easy part. Now it's actually time to rebuild. We'll talk about it more after I get done with my stream. Okay, stream went well. Did my first workshop Wednesday where we actually did a live breakdown of how I create fast vertical videos. And excuse the noise right now. I'm currently making a meal for the day. Got some ground beef cooking, got some avocados, just keeping it simple. But some important updates that I decided to do this week, one of them involved setting an actual stream schedule. As I move out of decision mode and analyzing any regrets or just putting any pressure on me as a creator to think back about shit that maybe I could have done better. The key thing moving forward is to put myself in a position, once again, to not rely on those things. And one of those decisions involves me having to step up as a creator and do something that I suggest for a lot of creators out there and streamers, and that is to set an actual schedule. So I have Lock-In Monday, where it's like more of a motivational kickstart to the week. Let's ramble on about shit. Let's get our head right. Tactical Tuesday, where we talk about the tactics of content creation and utilizing tools and social media platforms to grow as content creators, creatives, using them to help with businesses and your branding. Wednesdays are Workshop Wednesday, where I actually get into there and we apply the things. We work on videos, we work on thumbnails. Wednesdays are just essentially showing the action as a creator. Fridays are gonna be a free game Friday, where we just give away shit, like information, tips, tricks, and check out creators, channels, contents, answer questions specifically from people that are in the premium members club on the channel, to where maybe they're working on a brand deal and they have some challenges on navigating it, or it's their first one and they're a little intimidated. Fridays, I want to be able to jump into a Discord chat isolated for those individuals and answer some direct questions. But the overall theme, I guess you'd say, from this week is you make a decision, cool, you get amped up, time to actually execute. It's time to be intentional on my actions, so that way, whatever potential problems I've seen from the previous options, I don't hopefully or hypothetically run into those same scenarios. So essentially less glorification, announcing, deciding, and having an idea of a direction to go, and actually building the foundation of what that's really gonna look like. It's that time of the year. Back in the man cave, what are we talking about? So, dude, shout out to the content creator that I follow on Instagram, Higher Up Wellness. He made a suggestion one time of cooking ground beef and chunking it out more and charring it, so that way it has more of a hamburger type texture to it. I've been making my ground beef like that, and it's just, dude, so good. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually showed this off too much in the videos. Last year, I started converting the garage into a man cave, laid down these floor mats, so that way I could come out here, throw something up on the TV, work out, and then get some work done on my MacBook Pro, which, by the way, new MacBooks just got announced. I think I'm gonna upgrade this year. I upgraded for the M1 Max to a M3 Pro. And I mean, this thing is fine. I really don't have to upgrade, but if I upgrade now to the newest chips, I'm gonna be future-proofing myself, especially with the integration of AI over the next few years, for like at least the next 5 years. I truly believe that if I max out a MacBook now, I'll be good for a long time. I'll still be good for a long time with what I have based on the content that I do create. But when you are a creator that also does do some work around tech, kind of get the benefit of talking about and creating content around the newest things. And I never really took advantage of that with the M3 because I was so heavily involved with just only live streaming on Kick at the time. So I kind of missed the last window of creating content and some banter around a product. And at the end of the day, that's what I like to do as a creator. And I kind of want to take advantage of it again. I just did a first reaction video this morning talking about the new MacBook. It's doing really well. But yeah, dude, back to the garage, man. This is why we moved down south. It is early March and we're already essentially springtime down here. I got the garage open, I got the back door open, we got the windows open in the house. It's a beautiful day. We got the candles lit. I'm about to throw somebody up on the big screen out in the garage while I get some tax stuff and just organizing more of that foundation building for some of the next moves. The aftermath of a decision is arguably one of the toughest parts to go through, because you're figuring out, like I said, with the streams and whatnot, you're figuring out the structure, you're thinking more about the content direction. You need to be way more intentional about your actions, so that way one thing spills over into another thing. This is what I feel like a lot of creators don't do once they make a decision of like the area that they want to target and go down. They don't think about all the ways that they can be intentional in their content creation. And this is why they overly stress down. Like, you could just be a tech content creator, but so many people emphasize and overuse the word niche down to where they're like, you specifically have to be an Apple, MacBook, Mac Studio content creator. Like, you're not allowed to just do tech in general. You got to specifically target what tech. And I just disagree with that. I think if you build up a brand appropriately and you do it intentionally across the board and you create more pillars underneath an umbrella, you can do Apple, you could do gaming tech, you can do creative tech, you could talk about tech in fucking vehicles that are in the newest vehicles that come out in 2026. If that is a connection, a pillar that you're into. Like, I'm obviously into cars. I have a TRX and I've had sports cars. There's really no reason where I can't make a video talking about the tech in those vehicles and bridge the connection as a content creator that I'm into vehicles and into tech, and that's the shit that we talk about. But yeah, dude, everybody loves like a big announcement. Everybody loves a decision. Nobody talks about the weeks following, to where you actually have to take yourself serious and build shit up, man. Okay, so gotta mute the boys in the background. Sorry, Rudy. So a lot of today has been working on my new agency onboarding. So I'm signing with a new agent this year as part of the plan of things moving forward. There's a big phase over the last few years where Kick and Stake itself were just so lucrative that there was no reason for me to do brand deals. And I hit this big window where I was just taking in so many brand deals that I overdid them. I took too many at once that didn't align with my brand, the content that I create, and I just burn out on them. So I needed like this big break from doing brand deals. And then during that time frame, my contract was up. Because the streams was doing so well, I actually passed up on re-signing. And I took an entire like year and a half off of doing brand deals. I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna do them again, but as things get announced more, it's weird how stuff lines up and just like works out in the weirdest ways. Like, when I tell you my new agent at a certain point, for some of you guys, it's gonna make complete sense. It's gonna be a full 180 of just how shit works. It just feels like it was meant to be, because coming into the new direction and everything and the mindset, I'm like, I can totally work with brands again. Not only could I work with brands again, I can restructure and build the foundation like I am doing with my decisions moving forward. Same thing with the agency side of things. I can put my foot down on some areas. I can turn down things. I can say no. The power of saying no in certain aspects, so you control your output, your focus, and you align everything with your vision, it's super important. So I was like, okay, this gives me an opportunity to come back into this and do it the right way. And then as I'm pivoting and moving myself in a specific direction, I can align with brands who can be a part of that conversation, who could be something major in the future. Like, the way that I see it is, who's to say that I don't work with a brand that finds value in a brand deal that we do, and then I make a connection with a person in that side too, and then for some reason that just pays off down the line in with what I do, because that is how building relationships has worked over the years. That's why I mention that meeting people and making connections is a crucial part to longevity as a content creator, because people that work within the industry that you're involved with, even if they don't work at one company at a certain point down the line, typically they're going to stay involved in it. And I can't tell you how many connections I've made over the years to where years ago, somebody just worked at G Fuel as like a partner manager, but now like they're high ups at like some of the biggest clothing brands in the fucking world, some of the biggest tech companies. And because of that, I have this continuous open door and opportunity to have connections with individuals like that as I make changes and upgrades for whatever it is that I do. So signing with an agency while I continue to build products and focus on my direction was a pretty big switch and decision in terms like of the business sides of things that I'm doing moving forward. It's just a win-win. It's gonna allow me more opportunities to monetize more frequently, to make more connections, to get more out there. And on top of that, it's just gonna help continue to build the name, the image, and the relationships that I can discover along the way. Have to pause your goddamn movie. He's still obsessed, dude. People suggested other movies. Hey, maybe you can watch this. It's kind of like Dude, Cars. Cars is all the dude wants. I don't know if any parents have dealt with this, but his eyes have been super gunky. It's not pink eye. Don't get it twisted. It's like his tear ducts are blocked or something like that. God, I fucking hate when bad things, like when he's sick and things like he can't change. It bothers me more than it bothers him. It's so weird. So like, you don't care, do you, buddy? You don't give a shit. But for me, I'm like, dude, I don't like that you're dealing with that. We've got to stop this. Dude, all right. It's coming to the end of the night. I feel like I just had to end off out here. Beautiful North Kakalaki sunset. Overall, gang, a big lesson or takeaway I want to leave you guys with today is one of the hardest parts about being a creator, starting a business, setting the dedication to do something is trusting the process. You can line all your ducks up. You can build the foundation. But at the end of the day, I don't have the guarantee that I'm going to get the results for my actions. But one thing that I've learned after 16 fucking years at this shit, 11 years full time, is there is just this guarantee return, this like magical shit that will come if you build it properly. Like, I don't have doubt anymore. I no longer have to question if it's going to pay off because I know by doing it that I will get something in return. It may not work in the direction that I think. It may not go in the path that I imagine over the next 6 months. Like, I imagine building the brand, bringing in new people, doing better on the website, working with more brands. I don't know if by me just doing this for the next couple months, a large tech company comes along and says, dude, we like what you're doing. Can we buy what you're doing, hire you, and bring you into us? I have no idea if that will happen. These are situations and scenarios you don't imagine that your path could lead up to. I think it's like Steve Jobs mentioned that like along the way, you never realize how the paths will connect the dots. And I just truly believe you're never gonna see those dots that connect unless you're constantly moving with real intention and aligning with the shit that makes sense for you. So you make the decision, man. You've got the excitement. You got the path planned. It's time to be intentional with it. It's time to do the right shit to line up with those actions. You're gonna have to turn down some things. You're gonna have to say no to some shit because doing shit that doesn't align with it is gonna drain you of your energy. It's gonna take you off the path in a different direction where maybe you don't wanna go. At the end of the day, you gotta stick with it. You gotta trust the process. Come on, guys. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? All right, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Doses.